What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the vlog. If you're new here, please make sure you do subscribe. We've just got some coffees today. Got Victor behind the camera, and the Gallen versus Sonny Bill fight is on very, very soon. So today we're going to see Gal do a bit of a session, and going to ask him some questions on the fight and if he thinks he's going to win, how training camp's been, the preparation. Gal is one of the most fiercely, one of the biggest competitors I've ever met in my life. So that's one thing I know about him. And we're going to have a look at how his training's going today. Drink coffee first, and then we'll head in. Let's go.
Let's go!
Jay!
Yes!
Yeah, but taking the words out. Yeah. You got every fight, is it?
Yeah, I know.
Just with everything going in the world at the moment.
Yeah. Gal asked me to come up with like an entrance song for when he walks out, and he asked me like 10 years ago, so I chose it was Come With Me by P. Diddy. He's kept it ever since. He walks out to it still now. Press conference, a few questions.
You ready, guys? Nah, definitely lack of motivation. As I said, I love training, so my mental outlet as well. I do really enjoy training, and there's been motivation's been fine for this one. This one's been spoken about for a long time, and chat with Gal now. Just did the all-in media with everyone, or like 9, all like the tradish. But we'll go and grab him, we'll mic him up, we'll ask him a few questions. Much better questions. Wanted to hold fire there, and I was like, don't need to ask one now. All right, G-Train, mate. Thanks for having a chat with us, mate. Talk to me. I'm still laughing at something you just said to me.
What?
Players Golf Club. He said, we'll have a bit of a chat about golf. Mate, he's known me for 20 years, right? When have we ever played a game of golf?
You haven't played a game of golf. Don't worry. Our chat I saw your swing. It's horrible, by the way. We're not talking about golf.
Okay.
Mate, this fight, talk to me about training camp. How's training camp been?
Yeah, it's been solid. It's been hard. I'm training. You know me, training.
Yeah,
I like training. Training's good, but I've worked out
when you sort of get to about 90% of what you can go to, I can do it pretty consistently for a long period of time. But training at this level, you've got to go to a 95, 100%. And I have noticed at times when you hit that 100% mark, it's a bit different when you get a little bit older, and a few parts sort of break down a little bit. So I've had to back things off a little bit just to make sure I can stay consistently training. And I've sort of worked out where I've got to get to at the moment, so things are going okay.
What about like the week? How's like the week look? Obviously, how would your training week look like? How many times are you doing what?
Yeah, well, so yesterday we done yesterday we had 3 sessions a day. So I had a boxing session in the morning. Went and ran sandals after that, and then a little bit of core and not so much weights, more just explosive weights, throwing medicine balls and stuff like that. Today's a bit of a light day, a little bit this morning. Going to go to the gym after this, do a little bit of core work, and then massage. What's that? That'll take me to Monday, Tuesday. I'll sort of work it out daily, but generally you box most mornings. One thing we haven't done as much this time as we've done in the past is sparring. As I said, when you spar, you sort of get up at 95, 100%. You just got to be a little bit careful there. The biggest thing for me, or the hardest thing for me, is going to be actually getting in the ring on the night, because I like to train hard. When I was having those big fights, I was sparring 20, 30 rounds a week. Obviously, I might spar once a fortnight at the moment, so I haven't done a lot of sparring. But I'll be fit and ready to go on the night. I'll be okay.
And like this fight, I feel like it could have happened like a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like,
probably should have.
It should have, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's happening now. And how many fights you had now?
15, 17, 15 to 20, something
so
like that.
Do you, like now with like regards to like the game plan for this fight, will you go back and watch previous fights, or will you sit with your team and watch Sonny's fights with regards to what you're, similar to like, footy, like we have a game plan. Is that something you will
I've had a look, particularly I suppose Sonny's last fight against Mark Hunt was probably the opponent closest to my height or my level. When I say level, the height basically. I've got to go forward. That's basically what I've got to do. But at the end of the day, my style doesn't really change. Everyone I've fought's been bigger than me and taller than me. I've got to go forward naturally, and that's why I've always fought. So, I've watched Sonny's fight versus Mark Hunt. I've seen a couple of the other ones, obviously, but at the end of the day, I've just got to worry about me and do what I can do.
And tell me about like your mentality. Like I often say to people in footy, Gal's one of the most toughest competitive guys I've ever played with. What's the mentality around for you with regards to still having that urge to actually compete? You know what I mean? Like, you know how much it actually takes to actually compete, you know what I mean? And the will to win. And, you are getting older, but like you've still got that fucking dog mentality.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Mate, it's a good question, and I don't know the answer. I don't know, and I'll be honest, Chatty, I'm hoping it ends. Because I'm 44. 1 month after this fight, I'll be 44 years old. It's got to end, I think for me, I'm going to put my family first. Gym, rugby league's like, mate, it takes up your life, and your family are along for the ride, basically. Like, I know we all put our families first, but I think at the end of the day, if you want to be a good, successful rugby league player, rugby league comes first. That's the way it is, and I've had my time there. To be honest, my last 2 years have been really good with the family. Haven't drank that much. Pretty much cut out the alcohol.
No more bourbon and cakes?
No, I haven't had a lot of it at all. I felt like I've been a better husband, definitely a better father. So I feel once this fight's over, it's going to be about that.
Drop the shoulders,
relax and enjoy life.
But I
love training. I love training. I train most days still.
I know you do.
It's a mental and physical release for me.
You need to.
But I think, I think as far as competing and putting myself first, that will end.
Yeah. So why does Gal beat Sonny Bill? I
just think I can test him. Like at the end of the day, it's like our footy careers. He was a really good player. I'm not taking anything away from there, but I think if you're his coach, you'd go into a game hoping he'd play well. Hoping. Of course, There's no hope in life. I think. Whereas me, the coach would know I was going to do my job. I wasn't never the best player, never the worst player, but I was going to do my job. I was going to make 15, 20 runs and make my 25, 35 tackles, whatever it might be. And I'd be able to do that every single week. Whereas Sonny, you'd hope he'd be able to come with a flick ball. You'd hope he'd score a try. There'd be games where he's non-existent. And I think that's like this fight's going to be. Everyone knows I'm going to be in his face, I'm going to pressure him.
Of course.
Everyone knows that. He's got to hope he has a good night. I'd rather know what I'm going to do than hope what I'm going to do. So
I like that.
That's my mentality, and there's no question about it. There's no question about it, Sonny. You know that. You've got to hope you have a good night. Hope.
All right, yeah, I love that. All right, let's just last question quickly before we wrap it up. G-Train, obviously, it's middle of Origin time now. You know what I mean? Origin 2's just been. Our mate Woodsy was in the media for a lot of reasons. Said a comment, and I know you're someone who copped a lot from the north of the border, dished it out as well. Like, do you think the build up to Origin 2 and the words, like, it's all play on? Do you think it needs to be more of it? Do you think the line was crossed, or do you think it's been a bit boring? What's your take on the whole situation?
It's been a little bit boring. I don't think Woodsy crossed the line. At the end of the day, mate, I've been on the front page of the paper multiple times being caught a grub there. Spencer Lenny 3 weeks ago was on the front page of the paper being caught a grub. Yep. Liam Martin 2 or 3 years ago was caught a grub. They do it all the time.
Of course.
I love Billy. Billy's the best fullback I've ever played with, and probably in the top 2 or 3 players I've ever played with. I work with him, terrific guy. But I just thought he could have handled it better. Woodsy said what he said to probably try and fire it up.
Yep.
But I just thought Billy probably could have handled it a bit better, and he knows that. To his credit, he came out the very next day and apologised for what he said. So, I think it's play on. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of it leading into a match from players in particular, because at the end of the day, you've got to sell the game, Chatty. Like, it's like boxing, you've got to sell it, right? The thing about...
It's not in our culture, though, is it?
It's not so much in our culture, but I think on top of that these days, social media has such a big impact on it. Players are so accessible. Of course, social media is such a good tool to connect with guys like us. It really is, but it's also the coward's castle where people can say what they want and get away with it. And I think when players come out and put themselves on show and say, we're going to beat Queensland, we're going to smash them, we'll beat them by 20. Like, I know they probably won't say things like that, but I'm going to get so-and-so. Like, if they don't, then all of a sudden everyone on social media has a right to go and get them. And I think, and players, as much as they say they don't read it or don't buy into social media, they do. They do. They read it, they know what's going on. And if they don't, their friends and their mum and their dad do. So they always
hear about it.
They always hear about it. So I think social media's got a little bit of an impact on it, but I think at the end of the day, sometimes you've got to put yourself out there.
I agree.
Put yourself out there, and it puts a little bit of pressure on you to make you perform. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
And last thing, our 10-year reunion next year.
Oh, we've got to do something.
What are we doing? We get all the boys together.
You know what happened?
We had a good time. I've been waiting for this.
I've been waiting. We planned our reunion,
I know.
and then COVID hit, and then we've just been everyone's been doing their own thing. So, mate, 10 years, can you believe it?
Mate.
10 years, Chatty. 10 years.
We
Can't be 10 years. We did it. 10 years.
Thanks, G-Train.
Oh, thank God. Peace, bro.
Good luck, brother.
All the best, mate.
Well.
Cheers.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh, good.
Let's go. That was good, G-Train. That noise is so loud, eh?
I don't know what they're doing, eh? What do you think, man?
That was awesome. There's a fair bit of construction going on at the moment, so probably loud, but that was freaking great. G-Train, I've always been a big fan of his boxing career. I've actually watched a lot of his fights from just getting tickets to go and watch him. Super competitive, trains so hard, and just like a warrior. Yeah, always a warrior. When I play with him, it was like if there was a tough carry or something that needed to be done, like Gal would do it. So that's one thing I've always respected about Gal. Just his toughness and resilience, you know what I mean? Like, people either love Gal or they hate Gal, and a lot of Queenslanders don't like Gal, but he's doing really well at the moment, and I think this could be his last fight, so it's about time that these two fought, I feel. Gal versus Sonny Bill, it's been spoken about a lot, but yeah, I'm Team Gallen, and I think Gal wins, so we're going to go on the night, watch, and it should be a good fight, but it'll be a good spectacle regardless of the result, but yeah, Team Gallen, I think round 3 or 4 knockout. And then I'll get in the ring. Never am I ever getting in the ring, ever. But appreciate you guys for watching. If you enjoy the vlog, please make sure you do subscribe here on the channel, and we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Let's go.